Sup dudes, welcome back, it's Wulzy. Today I'm going to be resuming the level requests that I was getting sent the other day. So I believe it was Big Bounce by Max Mason 747 that I was going to go through. I'm going to use a video because I've been in practice mode and it was a bit too hard for me to be able to talk and play at the same time. Alright, so we've got some good looking contrasting deco in the structures right here. Contrast of light and dark. Then we've got the dark structures on a little bit lighter background. Good mix to start off the level, and then when it gets into the drop, it gets all glowy with contrasting colours in the structures so that they stand out and that they're differentiated. Speaking of differentiation, there's a lot of different designs in each part. And also, there is lots of parts, so there's about 7 or 8 different parts in this level that all look different from each other, and this makes for some really good variation that keeps the level interesting. Another thing that I like about it is that it swaps between the beginning style and the glowy style. So as you can see, this is back to the beginning style, where there's two kinds of brightnesses in the blocks. I like the mix of the glow and the design, it looks really good. Alright, so for this level I have written really cool level. I'd say this is feature worthy. I like the variation on the colours. Boom. I would send this if I was a mod, but unfortunately I am not. Okay, request from Lena Brr by Bizer. I don't know what his name is, but it's another demon, so I'm probably going to struggle on this again. Might need a video, but we'll just see. Another empty waiting section, but then we've got quite a nice glowy sort of Dansman style going on here. It's not too unique, and yet again there's no decoration on the portals, but there's a lot of moving structures and pulsing parts. I like that the bottom bricks pulse differently to the ones on the lines. Looks very good and very alive, but there's just lots of open space, as you can see here. There's a lot of just nothing, and there's quite a big flashy build-up that kind of hurts my eyes. But I do like the main part of this level, even if it is a bit empty. There's not too much detail in the ground spikes or the spikes themselves either, but the level is just like a hyped up rub top level, if you know what I mean, with lots of movements and pulses. As you can see, when I die, everything moves straight off the screen. Literally everything is moving in this level, which I like. Although I am dying to this fucking spike a lot. There's just lots of empty transitions that could be worked on. This section has some really cool highlights, and I don't know why I'm dying to this. This wave is very difficult for me. Okay, there we go. This whole part is really dark in contrast to the other part of the level. Also, I forgot to turn on the practice song hack. I had to restart my game due to lag. Yeah, this part seems to be a bit unbalanced compared to the rest of the level, but whatever. It's still looking pretty cool. Okay, so for this level I have written a perfect comment that exactly fills the character limit. I've wrote really nice pulses and movements, but to improve I suggest that you fill in the spaces between parts. Boom! No November by Salam Really X. November by Lemkuja. I've already got the song. And we've got quite a static but very vibrant looking level. I don't know how I didn't just hit that orb. I'm gonna use the good old practice mode. I'm gonna use a strategy to hit that orb. Oh, cool gameplay. Oh, okay. Now there's quite a lot of empty space in this level that has been attempted to be filled in by these laser pillars, but it doesn't really work very well because the bricks are very high opacity. Okay, we've got nice variation in each part, but there's a lot of open space that could be filled with some extra deco. The level is very basic, and there's lots of just spaces that could be filled by arrows. Literally some arrows and some tweaks to colour to give a better colour range would make this level a lot better. And it's very inconsistent. How have I just lived? I don't know. Alright, so for this level I've said it's quite fun. To improve, I suggest filling empty spaces with more structures and varied deco, because there was a lot of repeated deco with the glowed pillars and the bricks overlaying that could have just been switched up, maybe including some arrows, some pulsing objects like circles and arrows and hearts, you know, just to mix it up a little bit. Strange is by far out official. I really like this song. We've got Strange by Marco GD, I didn't quite see that. Ooh. Pretty dense design right here, but the spike pillars aren't very decorated, which kinda contrasts a bit too much. And we've got a generic checkerboard background. This one's a bit better with the creator tool thing, icon. And we've got some nice structures actually. Clearly inspired by knots. And I like this moving background, it's quite cool. Oh! I'm liking the tone of the objects, that the darker spots of the structures aren't too dark. They're quite similar to the actual tone of the block. This is actually a very good level. Alright, let's see if the drop holds up. Boom. Not a black build-up, we've got a blue one. Ooh, okay. So we've got a wintry part, and I'm dying for some reason. Could have some pulses here. Okay, that was quite weird. We had a winter section that just randomly pulsed back into modern. This level is quite inconsistent in its decoration. There are some really nice parts and ideas. There's been some good inspiration taken from some creators, I think. But this gameplay is kinda bugging me out. Nice colours in this part. We've got lots and lots and lots of variation. There's probably about 15 or so parts in this level that are completely different. We're back to this sort of cloudy daytime sort of look. And then we're back to the night. So it's quite inconsistent. It's all over the place. We've got lots of different designs here and there, different kind of styles. It's quite a mess, but there's a lot of good looking parts in that level. I think that if you made those good looking parts last for longer and put them all together, then it would be a much more solid level. I can't speak. Alright, so for this one I've wrote some parts look awesome and some look average. To improve, maybe consider a theme. I think that's quite fair because there are a lot of good looking parts in the level that I did enjoy and I would like to see in a full level, or a more solid, I can't say that word, solid level. Okay, so we've got Orbit by Dora Dog. Let's have a look at this. Practice modes. Okay, we've got another model level here. Cool. Pretty slick movements so far. I'm liking the pastel colours and the contrast of the grey. It looks pretty good, although we do see it quite a lot. This part is not so good. The background could be improved here. I feel like these squares are a little bit too dark and could be made a bit less opaque, just in order to make the colours look a lot nicer. But this is a bit better. But I feel like the greys are way too prominent. I feel like the creator could experiment with opacity in order to make the shadows look better. And we've got the style of the beginning again. So we've got a mix of parts with a white background, a mix of parts with different coloured backgrounds, and I almost got pranked by a triple spike again. It's a pretty cool level, but there could be a bit more experimentation with colours because there was quite generic sort of pastel and grey contrasting colours. Could have some pulses, and there could be some experimentation with the opacities of the blacks and the greys that make up the shadows and the different tones in the level. Okay, so on the day of the stream, I did actually play this one. I said it's pretty cool, focus on opacities, yeah, because some shadows are too visible, and some kids said I should get mod. Okay, so we've got another NA level, Time Trick by Synchrofission. Let's just get straight into this. That took absolutely no time to load, and we've got a layout here. Let's see how this goes. Got some nice curvy structures. Ooh, cool movement there as well. Not really a fan of the changing size all the time because it makes it quite difficult to fly. But we've got some attempted movement in the structures, pretty cool. You have to know that those orbs are there. Oh my god, some of this gameplay is off screen, so you would have to practice this if this was decorated. And I'm struggling to jump over this. There we go. But I'm liking the idea of the toggle orbs in order to instigate gameplay. Invisible speed portals, but overall I think that's a decent start at a layout. If it was decorated, I think it would be a decent level. I'm just going to say for this one, cool gameplay, nice concept. I'm not going to look into it too much because it's not a fully decorated level, which I'm aiming to go for. We've got yet another NA level right here, Trier Circles by Scarred YT. Okay. I think this is going to be a 9 circles demon. So there's lots of empty space between each structure. And there's a lack of connectivity between. I feel like the background could be darkened to allow for some brightly coloured deco as well. Oh, invisible ship portal. Whoa, I am literally a pro at this game. here's the 9 circles part. Okay, so you gotta turn the object color to black if you want to have a proper 9 circle section, but this also works, I guess. It's a nice change. Could do with some pulsing arrows and a bit more sync to the music and the pulses. Honestly, 9 circles levels like this one don't really hold up today because they're not really that hard to make, and we've seen it a million times. I've never really been a fan of them, to be honest, but I can appreciate the effort put into them. I can appreciate people wanting to make them. It's a pretty cool level. It just doesn't really stand out from any of the other ones like it. So I've just wrote cool gameplay, but could have some different pulses and deco to make it stand out. Okay, so we've got Sunbeat by Marky Dash right here, using the song Pagoda by Somu10. I can never say the names of people. Alright, so we've got a bright modern level right here. This is actually looking very good. There's a large color range without the structures being invisible because of it, and I'm pretty sure I'm lagging. I can't 100% tell. Okay, so this color scheme is maintained. I'm actually lagging on this level. I don't know if it's due to the amount of deco that's in it or because of the amount of space I've got left on my drive for recording storage. This level is definitely feature worthy. There's a nice color range here, and it's pretty consistent throughout in quality and difficulty. I also really like this color scheme right here. I can tell that this is an experienced modern creator, as there's lots of stuff going on in the background that doesn't really distract you from the blocks, although I am lagging tremendously. Okay, this is probably my favourite part just due to the amount of shades of grey that are in the background, and also the tint of green that is in the blocks. It's a really nice colour scheme that works really well. I also really like the custom border on the outside. It's not just a regular black border, it's got another outline to it, and yeah, very good level. I like that a lot. It reminds me of Knots, to be honest. Okay, so for this one I've wrote really good, has a nice consistent colour scheme throughout, and has clear gameplay. Ba-boom. This one's been sent quite a few mods. So the last level for today is Vapor by Orote. Yeah. I think I already played a level by this guy before, and it's another demon, so practice mode it is. This looks really good. I'm really liking the amount of glow used. It's not overbearing, and it makes the level have a nice aesthetic to it that you don't really see very often. Okay, this part is pretty intense, but I feel like to make it even more intense it could have some more pulses like that. Why can't the pulses be like that for the whole drop? Very nice clear gameplay as well, and a nice fake there. Nice. I really like that gameplay. Consistent color scheme. The gameplay is really clear. It's got a lot of black space that could be filled with some random lines or pulsing objects just to make it a bit different. Okay, I was just about to say we need some variation in the design and the structures and everything, and I got it. So we've got another red-ish sort of section right here. The gameplay is a bit less clear due to the overlays. I feel like they could be a bit less opaque because it's quite hard to see the gameplay. But I'm liking the amount of shades used in the deco. Not all the gears are one colour. There's a lot of different shades of grey and the actual colour in the background. Cool effect right here. Nice variation again. Okay, so for this one I've wrote, I love the colour depth and the variation. Could use more creative and experimental pulses. If I was a mod, I would probably send this for featured demon, even though there are quite a few annoying overlays that are in the drop section. I've got a couple of levels left. I'm going to make a part 3 because I've got to go eat. And yeah, thank you for watching. Send me levels like these. I'll definitely take a look at them and share my thoughts on them. Goodbye.